Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas. So, it's 2 years. I've been doing this for 2 years now. I started the channel 2 years ago. It was the 26th of July, 2023. There we go, 2 years I've been doing this for. If you go back 2 years ago and look at like the Morkborg and our Outsiders, or the, I can't remember what it's called, some of my first ones. Oh, and also Starforged. I keep meaning to do Starforged again. I quite enjoyed Starforged. The Tales of Aya. They were really cool. I enjoyed that. Anyway, 2 years I've been doing this. Happy birthday me, 2 years. 2 years old. Hello, I'm 2. Anyway, we're doing RIFTS today. We're going to attempt to do, I briefly read it last night whilst we were watching Line of Duty. Old Line of Duty. Chases, using the chase rules from Savage Worlds, which when I did the bad chase for Cyberpunk, I really thought I didn't like the way that went. Someone suggested that Savage Worlds chase rules were better, and so I've had a read, and let's see if we can get this going. Now I just looked at my notes, because I didn't look at my notes since then, of course, because I don't do that. I should do, but I didn't. And I'm probably going to need chases. So we had from my notes that we're being chased by 3 vehicles, but I've got 3 Hot Wheels cars, so we'll say we're chased by 2 vehicles. We have 4 guards on board, so what you can imagine it as, it's the Furiosa, what was it called? It's the Furiosa type vehicle, big long vehicle. It's transporting needle fruit. We've got 4 guards that are moving around on the outside. They're outside it. We would have Tammy is in the cab with the driver, and Sean the Cyber Knight is on the outside of the vehicle. We will run it as a Savage Worlds chase, as best as I understand it, and we will have see if Sean can fight the ones that are on the vehicle, get them off the vehicle before the other 2 vehicles catch up with us, and we'll go, I don't know, we'll go 5 rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the top of 5 rounds we'll say we've either escaped or it's crashed. And then we'll judge it on how it's going at the time, and if we don't know, we'll do an oracle roll, yes, no, has it crashed, and if it crashes, we'll then pick it up as crashed either on the border somewhere or near the next area, and then we'll roll into the next area. So we need vehicles, so I'm thinking, let's go, they have got trucks which has a toughness of 14.2. We would be in something that's a bit more hardened. Let's go, so Bradley is 22.6. We will say that, so we've got 14.2. Let's go 18.4. So we're in, our lorry is 18.4. So for them to do damage, and we will have, how many wounds? Oh, it's 3 wounds. It's 3 wounds. Each vehicle has 3 wounds. So there's 2 trucks. Each one of those trucks has 3 wounds, which is attacking us. And we're in a massive lorry, which has 3 wounds. So the chance of them taking the lorry out is low. We could make it 18.4. Sorry, it is 18.4, 24. No, 18.4 seems good enough. Then we have 4 simple goons on on us. Extras, we'll give them, I don't know, D8 fighting, D8 fighting, D8. Oh, let's look, I'm going to look up quickly look up a simple goon. All right, we're going to say that the goons on the 4 goons on the vehicle, they're D6s across the board, so their spirit, their vigor D6s, and all their stats are D6s. They have parry of 5, toughness of 5. They're each carrying a las rifle, 4d6 AP3. They're each carrying a chain sword, D6 plus 3d4 AP4. So we will have now we need to go over to our chase rules. So we know who's fighting. We've got 2 trucks, we've got a lorry, we've got 4 people on the truck, and we have them coming trying to catch up. So the maneuver skill is driving. We'll say our driver also has a D6, their driver has a D6 for driving. we first off, we do our chase. So we have our normal action deck. This is our normal action deck, which we will do our initiatives out of. Not shuffled because we haven't rolled anything yet. And then we need a spec. So what it says is, even this, what I was saying about Peter Burgess and his GME for Savage Worlds, using the action deck, pulling out the action deck. It even says here, a chase takes place on chase cards. Cards from an extra deck of action cards. Basically an extra playing card deck, not the action deck. You don't use the initiative deck for this because the initiative deck is stacked for the initiatives. You only shuffle the initiative deck when you pull a joker out. That's it. Apart from that, you just keep going because then statistically it works the same. So we get an extra deck of cards of these minion playing cards that I found because we're packing up to move. And so I'm digging up, I'll just put, hold on. If I have put, you know, there's that card that sometimes in that says how to play like different sort of poker hands and stuff. I think there was one of those in this deck, which is funny for minion cards. Anyway, yeah, we're packing up for the move to Belgium. So we take an extra deck of cards and we play out some across here. Now we'll use this view, which you'll see over there. I'll pop out this bit here to see if I can get a little bit of extra, and we'll widen it out a bit. So we play, this is the chase scene. So we just play these out. So we've got a joker. And this is like when you attempt to do a roll, depending on what you're on, you get something differently. So we've got 4 along there. Now normally if you've got a distance of 5, we can say that we've escaped. So we'll put a 5th one at the end. I don't know if you can see, no, you can't see that one. This doesn't really work, does it? And I don't want to get the extra camera out because that takes longer processing time, and I'm trying to get used to not taking so much processing time. We'll do it like that. That'll do. I do apologise. Anyone who complains about... Also, we've had people playing again. If the sound goes out of sync, I am deeply sorry and I do apologise. I am not a professional when it comes to doing videos. I learnt to do this 2 years ago and I've been learning ever since. I've had to improve different things and the sync goes out sometimes. But I watched Line of Duty, and in the first series, there's a couple of episodes, their lip sync goes out. And it's not the version that I'm watching, their lip sync goes out. And it happens sometimes because we're humans, we're fallible. If you want infallible, stop knocking AI. Mind you, they're really fallible. So, we'll have us, we're going to be this one here, and we're going to start there, and we're going to have them. Shall they start? So what we'll have is both of them are going to be here. And then they can make manoeuvre rolls to see if they can close up or close down, and we'll shift this around as that goes. So they've got a distance there, which means that they are a range distance for shooting at us, which they'll attempt to do on their turn. So we will imagine this as what we're doing is we've mounted up, we have left Scorched Gap on this transport truck because they say that they're going where we need to go. We have been on it, we're travelling down that dusty road. I'll put the picture up that I put up last week, I'll put that up again. We're travelling down that road towards the Lone Guard borderland, possibly Texas, possibly, we haven't decided, but we're probably going to Lone Guard research establishment. We're on the way there and then mounting both sides of the edge and then landing on the road and then chasing us down. Shots begin to fire. Our 2 trucks with people yelping. We then go, no! And then we have an initiative going. Now, initiative gets dealt per vehicle. Everyone on the vehicle acts in the order that they want to act. Now, it just so happens that we have people on board us as well. So we will give 2 initiative cards to us. One will be me, so Sean and Tammy, and one will be for Sean, Tammy and the driver, and one will be for those 4 goons that are on the truck with us. Then we'll have one for the people on here, one for the people on here. The goons in here will work out who they are when they get there, if they need to. So us, we go on a 10. The goons who are here go on a 4. This red one goes on a 7. This black one goes on a 7. It doesn't look like I've shuffled this, but I really did. So we go first, then these two go, then this one goes. So first off, we go. We are all going to act before the driver acts and before they get to act. So they draw weapons. As these come jumping up, they draw weapons and they look like they're going to attack us. Sean is on the outside, Tammy is on the inside. Sean is going to take a free action to shout to Tammy. The guards are with them, which will then give Tammy an opportunity to attack. The driver is then going to rev it up, and Sean is going to attack 2 of the guards. Let's see if we can take 2 of the guards out. So, how am I going to do the rolls? I'll have to do the rolls in this little space here. So Sean is going to attempt to, so he can, what can he do? I think he can do things as a free action, can't he? He can trigger his sword as a free action. He can't trigger deflection as a free action. So he's going to trigger his sword as a free action. He does have the first into combat, so he can chase into one of them. So he is going to jump on the top of the truck. So if you imagine it as the milk truck, Furiosa milk truck, but this is carrying, I don't know, needle fruit juice, or it's packed full of needle fruits. There's some on the back. They're starting to climb along the sides towards, or one's on the top, and some are climbing along the sides to get towards the cab. We'll have Sean is going to do 2 things. He's going to jump on the top. He's going to attempt to, he could try and do a shot. I mean, we haven't had him shoot. He's going to take the las rifle up from here, try and shoot one on that side, let that flip back, and then charge him with the sword and try and attack the sword with another one. So he gets a -2 for both of these actions. That is right, isn't it? Yes. So we are on, so being on the ace is for the maneuver roll, if I remember rightly. Yes, it is. Diamonds is a -2 modifier, and if it fails, the cart or vehicle is bumped. That's clubs. Clubs is a -2 modifier. A failure is treated as a critical failure on the maneuver roll. Right, fine. So we don't have any modifiers for range because we're at close range. Sean runs across. Sean runs to the one on the left hand side to attack with the sword and shoots the one on the right hand side. So we have a D6 for the wild die, and then we need to work out what his shooting is, and he doesn't have any shooting. He has no skills for shooting. Was I meant to give him an increment? I was meant to give him an increment. His increment is going to be, he can take, so if you can increase 2 skills that are lower than their linked attribute by 1 die each, can I increase 1 skill twice? So I can get it as a D4, which is 1, and then it's balanced against his agility, which is a D6, so then I can go to a D6. Can I do that? It doesn't say I can do that, but I'll assume I can go up by 1 and then up by 1 by taking it to a D6, which is then equal to his agility. So he so that would then make him, seasoned now. So Sean is going to attempt to shoot the guy on the right. It would be needing just a base 4 to hit, -2 to this roll. 4 -2 is a 2, so he shoots and he misses. Then he's going to charge in with the sword that he activates and try and attack the guy on the other side. That gives him a fighting, and his fighting is a D10. So he has his wild die and his D10. He needs to beat the dude's parry of 5. 1 and 1. That's a critical fail. That's a critical fumble. That means that our clock ticks. Oh no, he's going to Benny it. He'll Benny it. Yeah, nah, he's going to spend a Benny. He's going to Benny that. He's going to Benny that roll. Rather than, that would be a critical fumble. That would probably fall off. Oh, that's better. So that's a 4 and a 7. The 7 beats the 5. They're 5, but it's -2, isn't it? So the -2 puts it to a 5, which still beats their 5. So their parry is a 5. He hits the 5, so he gets an attack against them. He has a D6 for his strength, 2d8 for the sword. Thank God I spent that Benny. 2d8 for the, where's that? There it is. 2d8, and that's it. It's AP 8 which clears all of their AP because they've just got a toughness of 5, which gives us a 3, 4, 5, a 6, which means he's stunned. So one of them is stunned. That is Sean, and then we'll have Tammy. Tammy, he's going to lean out the side, and Tammy is going to try and shoot one of the people with her revolver who's coming down the sides. 3d6 damage. Tammy has a d6 for shooting. Tammy has no wild die, it's just a d6. She needs to hit a 4. A 1 is a fail. Okay, so Tammy shoots, misses. That shoots, misses, and then our driver is going to attempt to change position. So he's going to put his foot down and attempt to speed up and move up by 1 position. He is on a ace, a diamond. He's on a diamond, which gives him a -2. We said he had a skill of a 6, which means he needs to get 4s, which means he needs to roll a 6. A 2 fails, so he doesn't manage to put his foot down. He's caught unawares. We could give him an 8. Let's give him a d8 for this instead. I know I shouldn't do this, but anyway. He rolls a 2 anyway. And he fails to rev up and go forwards any further. We then have these. These are going to do a shot. They're at -2 to shoot at the vehicle. -2 for the range. Yep, -2 shoot at the range. They've got d6s. I'll say there's 2 of them. We'll do these 2 here. So both vehicles attempt to do a shot. They lean out, do a shot. We've got a 4, which is a miss, but we've got a 6, which is a 4, which is a hit. 4, so that's just a 6, so that's just a plain hit, no raise. So they do 4d6 damage, AP3. 2, 3, 4d6 damage. AP3 means that we're talking about 15s. Doing 8, 9, 10, doing 13-point damage. So not penetrating the hull, not causing any damage against these. So that's both of those do their shot against the car. And then these, we've got 3 of them. We've got one that's stunned, D6, relieves its stun. So we've got 4 of them. They are going to take a shot. One of them takes a shot at Tammy. One of them takes a shot at the driver. So we'll do those now. We'll do 2 of them. So Tammy, missing. Driver, hitting the driver, doing 4d6. The driver might go out and Tammy's going to have to step in. Doing 11, 13, 14 points to the driver. Let's say the driver, so if that was against a toughness of going over 5, so toughness, comes off of it, doesn't it? So 5, yeah. So 5 comes off. So that basically is going to kill the driver. So the driver gets killed. The vehicle is now uncontrolled. Tammy is going to have to step in and do the driving. Does Tammy have any driving? Tammy has no driving. So Tammy is going to get, I don't know, we'll have to give her a D4, I suppose. Let's say Tammy can drive at a D6. Tammy's got driving at a D6 because otherwise we're stuffed. So that happens, he does that. Then we've got a shot at Tammy that missed, didn't it? Then we have 2 people are going to come and try and attack Sean. Sean has blocking, which means they don't get a gang up bonus. They are going to do an attack against Sean. So we've got 2 attacks against Sean. First one misses, and the second one definitely misses. So Sean blocks against 2 of them who have come up to the top and are starting to fight Sean hand to hand on the roof. Right, next round. Us. 9, them over here. Ace, that goes first, doesn't it? These ones go on a 4, these ones go on a 5. So they go first, then we've got this bit here. So they are going to come into the cab and are going to try fighting Tammy in hand to hand. Tammy's going to try fighting them off. So they're coming into the cab and they're going to try hitting against Tammy. Tammy has, so they're reaching and trying to punch in on Tammy. Tammy has a parry of 5. So the first one punches in and he's Tammy's fighting it off, and the second one punches in, Tammy's fighting him off. So they're trying to climb in through the window. Tammy's kicking them out and getting a club or something and poking them out, or the driver blocking the other door with the driver's body with her feet as she's attempting to keep control of the vehicle, and is fighting those back as well. That's there, and then we've got the two who are attacking Sean. 5 doesn't. What's his parry? His parry is a 7, so no. And the other one, no, definitely not. So Sean should be able to deal with those quite quickly. This is, what's this? This is round 2, isn't it? That's them coming and fighting. And then we've got Sean and Tammy. Tammy could try and shoot one in the face who's just standing next to her. I think that is very cinematic. To us controlling the car, Tammy will try and shoot them both. Why the Sam Hill not? So Tammy's going to try and shoot the one who is on, it's a 4, isn't it? Giving a 4, which, well, can't shoot them both because that would need 2, so she's just going to do 1 shot, he says, retconning the situation, against the one in the window. Basically, he leans in, Tammy puts the gun up as she's trying to control, pulls the trigger, does 3d6 damage, I think I said. Come on, Tammy. Does, what would that be? So it's a 5, which puts 1 over, that's a 1 over, which is a full over the 5, which is a wound, and a wound is enough to get rid of one of these people. So that one goes out as Tammy shoots them. The other one's on the other side. Now Tammy can attempt to do a maneuver roll, but we'll just plot, basically, if Tammy doesn't do a maneuver roll, I think she's all right, because she's not maneuvering, she's not doing a maneuver. She's not, what's it called? Hold steady. The character, driver or pilot hold steady to line up a better shot. They ignore the unstable platform, but attacks. Okay, so they're holding steady. I don't think they need to make a maneuver roll. All right, so he's just going to keep going. So Tammy's just going to keep ploughing forwards. It's these get to make their maneuver rolls to see if they can move up. So this one, they're at -2. No. This one, no. 6 is the only way. So they're still pacing steady. Then they're going to attempt to shoot it. This one, yes. 6 + 3, 9. So that's a 4, a -2 for the range. Is not with a race, but it hits. And the other one is a miss. Doing, what did I say? 4d6. Which is, they explode, don't they? Yes, they do. Yes, Peter, they do. So 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 over the 12 is 10 over, which is 2 over, does 2 wounds against our truck. So our lorry gets a massive bit blown off the back, and needle fruit are starting to pile out as the back of the truck has been blown out, and is starting to swerve a bit at the tail end of the truck, which isn't looking good for us. Our truck needs to take 1 more hit and our truck goes down. The driver's already dead. We've got Tammy and Sean who are here. I think we're gonna end up having a firefight against these, whoever's left in here, between Tammy, Sean and these, before they can get away next episode. Or something else might happen. All right, so they've done shots, they've done their maneuvers, they failed their maneuvers. We have a new round. We have us, we have them, we have them, we have them. All right, so we've got the ones on board here are going to go first, then we've got this one gets to move up, and we move at the same time. So we've got 3 goons left here. One on the far side is going to attempt to climb into the truck, and he's in the cab now with Tammy, and he's going to attempt to hit Tammy to try and grab Tammy and get Tammy to stop driving. 4, what's Tammy's? Tammy's parry is a 5. Tammy is still fighting him off quite successfully. Then we've got the 2 on the top are going to, one is going to peel back, is going to make an agility roll, failing, and so can't move back. The other one is going to try and succeeds. moves back and attempts to shoot Sean. The other one is going to attempt to hit Sean. We'll give him a -2 because we'll say Sean gets, because strictly speaking, Sean, no, is it attack? No, he just fails and gets a -2. So this one tries to hit Sean, failing, and then someone tries to shoot Sean. So pulls his rifle, tries to shoot, 3, fails. So one's far away from Sean at the top. Sean's fighting off one. He really should activate his shield. And the other one has backed off. That's these, they are done. This one is going to attempt to speed up. I think that's a success. Let's give that a success. He's going to speed up to here. And then the guy on board is going to try and shoot. He no longer has a negative. A 4 is a hit, doing 4d6 damage. 10, 12, 13 does not hit, does not penetrate armor, so it does no damage to that. And then this one is going to attempt to move up. 3 is a fail, and then he's going to try and shoot. He's got -2, he misses. So these are then acted as well. Might as well move them off once they've acted. And then we are going to have us. So we've got Tammy and Sean. Tammy is going to pull a trigger on the one who's up close. Now, I think I said there's a negative for being up close. For being in the same hex. Basically, if you try and shoot someone who's in the cab with you, you're fighting against them and there'll be a minus on that. Let me just check what I said in these rules that you can get on the Patreon. Yeah, range mods. No, nothing for close. -2 if you're in melee. So in melee, you get a -2. So she has a -2 to try and hit this dude. She has, what does she have for shooting? She has a d6 for shooting. No, so that misses. So she tries to shoot. He pushes the gun up and it shoots through the roof. We then have Sean, who's on the roof. There's 2 against Sean. Sean is going to try and hit both of them and get them off the roof. He has a D, he could do, that would be 3. He has a D10 for fighting. He has no shield up for his parry because he didn't have a chance to do that. He goes against the first one, it's a -2. 7 -2 is a 5, which does hit it. Let's roll its damage first, which is a D6 and 2d8. So this is against, they're not evil, so he doesn't get -2. Whoa! That explodes and that explodes. So a 6, 12, 20, 21, 24. 24 is lots above its parry. No, it's toughness. So he cuts off one of his legs. He screams. The Wilhelm scream. Do you know what the Wilhelm scream is? It's the scream you hear in all TV programs, all films rather. Falls off. So that one's. So that's the one that's just fallen off. We've got one who's in the cab with Tammy and one who's fighting Sean. And then Sean tries to attack the other one. Remember, this is a -2. So that's a 4, which would miss, but that's a 6. Explodes to a 7. -2 is a 5. And a 5 is enough to hit it. To hit the final dude with his big mohawk. He's got his chain machete. He's trying to hit Sean. Sean does, that explodes, does 6. Does 14. Does 15, 16, does 17, which is 12 above, which then decapitates this guy. No, cuts his arm off. He comes down. Sean blocks with his sai sword. The guy's arm comes tumbling off. Sean just turns instantly and starts heading to the cab to see if he can save Tammy. And that is that round. Was that round 3? I think that was round 3, which gives us 2 rounds left. We have this one's right up close. If it goes up to the same as us, they can start to bounce us. We are going to go. At the moment, there is one guy in the cab fighting Tammy and Sean. So Tammy and Sean, guy in the cab. This one, this one. All right, that's not looking good, is it? So we have. Guy in the cab fighting Tammy is going to attempt to push Tammy out of the cab. getting a 3. They're struggling against each other. He's pushing her against the cab. Tammy is going to have to make a manoeuvre roll, a driving roll, and succeed. Otherwise, the car is going to go all over the shop. So that is just that dude. Then we have these two. This is going to attempt to shoot at... No, they're going to attempt to manoeuvre up, and then the guy is going to attempt to jump on board. First off, it's going to attempt to manoeuvre up, which is a 6, which is definitely going to succeed. So it manoeuvres up. So that guy went. This manoeuvres up, and the guy who is in here is going to attempt to jump over. So needs to make an athletics check as a success. With us as a 4, he's got a D6. We won't give a difficulty. He's got a 3, so it fails. So he is going to stand on the bonnet. So he's on the bonnet. No, it's not actually this way. It's like that, isn't it? He is on the bonnet of the... I can't turn it because it's got a bit of blue tack underneath it, because we use these for gaslands. He's attempting to jump across onto the big truck, and he's faltering a bit, and he's unsure what to do. And so we will leave him there to give our people the advantage. This guy is going to attempt to move up. Sorry about that, just knocked it. 5, which is a success. So he moves up to here. And the guy is going to attempt to shoot at Sean, who hasn't got into the cab yet. -2. 6. Okay, that hits with a raise, I think. So that would be hitting with a raise. So that hits with a raise. So he gets a shot on Sean. Sean's oh, hold on, no. Yeah, a shot on Sean, because it's only a 4. Because he hasn't got a plus to his bonus, so it's a 6. So that was a hit with a raise. The guy's got 4d6, and because he got a raise, he gets 6d6 against Sean. He gets, thank God for a bad roll. He gets 6, 7, 8. He gets a 13 against the toughness of, so it's armor piercing. So 13 would be above an 8, which is a hit and a raise. So a hit and a raise puts Sean on wounded. Sean is going to do, he's going to throw Benny to attempt to do a soak roll. So Sean is going to throw Benny and attempt to soak roll. A soak roll is vigor, which is a d6 and a d6. And he needs to get, it's a hit, isn't it? So d6 and a d6, he gets a 6 on the wild die. So he gets a 10 total, which is a hit and a raise, which means that he doesn't get wounded. So that gets rid of the shaken and the wound, I do believe, due to the soak roll. So he soaks the damage, it hits his armor, he falls off the cab holding onto one hand. Everyone's like, oh no, Sean's gone. And then he comes back up again and he's on the side of the cab. So that was his shot. They already moved up. This one's chasing on the side. Now we're on to Tammy, who's inside. And Sean. Tammy may resort to her magic. Tammy is going to attempt to blast this fella. Tammy is going to focus her occult energies, and she is going to do a spell casting, which is a d10, and attempt to blast him, which gives her a 9, which is a success. And she does extra, which I think is 3d6 if she channels extra. That's a 6, so that gives her a 4. That's a 10. That's a 13 against his toughness of 5, which is hit and a raise, which means that she blasts the final one who's in the cab. A huge hole appears in his chest as Sean climbs in through the cab. So Sean climbs in. Sean definitely doesn't have driving. We did give Tammy a d6 driving. So Tammy is now driving the truck. Sean is now inside. So he's climbed inside. He can see this guy over here. Sean is going to reach over with his las rifle and attempt to shoot the guy who's on the top of the cab over here on Sean's go. So Sean has, so what's this? This is round 4. So we've got the last round and then we'll call it quits. Whatever happens, we'll see what happens. They've dealt with everyone on board. So Sean is going to reach across Tammy with the las rifle and attempt to shoot the guy who is on the cab here. That's a d6. That's a 4. I mean, it's moving. I'm going to give it to him just because, you know, why not? He's got a las rifle. I think this is the same las rifle, which is a 4d6 damage. So he attempts to shoot that one, 4d6. That's not very good. So that's 5, that's 6, 7, 8. 8 beats the toughness of a 5, but only by 1, which means that guy is shaken. So he is shaken. So we need to do a new list of them. Right, so we have new initiatives. This is our last round, and then we will try and narratively decide what happens. The truck is only on 1 hit point. These two are fine. We have lost all the goons are on here. If we can get one of these out of action in this round, that will be good. Maybe Tammy will attempt to do a shoot and try and do 2 rolls. So we've got us on board, a jack. We've got this one, a 6, and we've got this one, a 3. There's got to be some jokers in here. We haven't had a single joker come out yet. So we go first. Sean could attempt to shoot this vehicle, or he could do a jump across against the vehicle and attack it, which he's probably got more chance of doing damage on it. He doesn't have any sort of ranged attacks that he can do, so we'll use Tammy first. Tammy first is going to attempt to shoot this and do this some damage. She might get a really good roll, you never know, and knock it out of action completely. She is going to... let me have a quick look what Blast would do. What's the thing that... Blast, actually. Blast would do damage, wouldn't it? Because she can do Blast on the whole of it. Blast does 2d6 damage in a Blast template. Bolt does 2d6 ranged damage. If we can boost it... Okay, so we can boost the damage to 3d6. But the chance of taking that out is very low. But she's going to try anyway. And she gets an extra if she can thingy the roll. So she gets a d10. She's attempting to shoot it. 7. No, she doesn't get a thingy, but it is a hit. And then she can do, so she does 3d6 damage against it. No, so that's just 9 points. That doesn't even damage its armor. That doesn't even get through its armor. So she does a blast. There's a huge bolt of fire. Maybe she'll just, 9 points would hit the guy on the top who is already stunned. So the guy on the top who's already stunned is hit. 9 points will kill him. So he was already stunned and he gets hit in the blast. The flames go envelope. Vehicle doesn't get damaged, but he gets damaged. Driver, 9. He's got a 5. We'll give him a roll, otherwise we'll say that one's stunned and it'll roll out because we're on the last round of combat anyway and we're narratively. So if he gets a spirit roll, and if he does, no, he fails it. So we are going to put this one out of action because narratively we're reaching the end anyway. This vehicle goes tumbling out as she blasts it, so Tammy actually can do something useful. Because she hasn't been, we might give her some increments. Because he's now seasoned and she's now basic from the thing. I'll write her up and give her some increments so she can get a bit better about stuff, and then I'll give her the driving. So that's Tammy does that. We've now got Sean. Sean, with his rubbish shot, is going to attempt to lean out and shoot this vehicle. He could try 2 shots. Is 2 shots better than 1? So that vehicle is out. If he can end this vehicle, then we've got the truck, and then we can roll to the halt at a boulder and then walk across the boulder. And cinematically, that's all right. So he's going to try and shoot that. He's going to try and shoot it twice. We might be able to do some damage to it. 4 and a 4. No, we'll throw our last Benny to re-roll that. 5. Let's give that as a hit. I mean, the 4 would hit, but we're going to say the 5 hits. Doesn't do any extra damage, sadly. That was the wild die. That's the normal die, so we don't trigger our thing. So we would have 4d6 damage on it, doing 10, 15, 18, doing 20. It's got so that's down to a 12, so that's an 8, so that's 2 damage. So that does 2 damage to it, and then his final shot, -2s on this. Oh, a 6. Hey! So 4 says a hit, and a 6. Do we keep going? We do, don't we? So that's 12. That's 13. Minus 2 is an 11. That's a hit and a raise, which gives him 5d6 damage as he shoots it. Whoop. Lost one. Give him 5, 8, 12, 16. It's got, so it's armor piercing, which is 12s. 12, 16s, that's 4 over. So that's another wound. So we will very, very much deciding this is what was going to happen. He leans out, does 2 shots with the las rifle, which hits the front, which blows up, doing the first lot of damage, and the second one takes out a side wheel that rolls off the side. And he turns to Tammy and says, "Are you all right?" And she goes, "I think so." And they roll on forwards towards the border, and then so that the whole of this episode would have basically have just been that fight going on, them talking to each other, them defending, and then it rolls towards the border, and then we can see we'll go to Lone Guard and see what we can find in between Lone Guard, trying to get through Lone Guard, and it will roll to a halt, and big steam will come out the back of it, and the vehicle is shot. As we decide to come up to the border. Or maybe this is the point where we'll see 3 different signs, or 2 signs, Texas Free State this direction, Lone Guard that direction, and we'll decide next episode which one we'll go into, and then we'll roll that. And that's what we'll do. So I would agree with you, person who said, and I can't remember who you are, if you do watch this, I will agree with you, that flows so much better cinematically than the other one did. We didn't even really use these very much. We didn't do the rolls very much, but the whole of that. But it could also be that Savage Worlds does flow quite nicely. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, do consider subscribing. Thank you so much to the Adventurers Guild for all your support in producing these videos. Hopefully it's all cool and groovy. If you decide to join the Adventurers Guild, you get early access to the videos 3 weeks early. There's some additional material there that other people don't get. I've got a behind the scenes is up there now on how I record stuff here, so you can see how the green screen and everything works. And there's various benefits to doing that. And some of those people have been supporting me for as long as I've had memberships, which I'm so grateful for. At your 1 year mark, I send you a special t-shirt for saying thank you for you being a early doors member for a year. And then there's the super fan thank you people who are supporting the production of the video. I am so grateful to them for all of their support and all their continuous support, and some of those people have been supporting me a very long time. Thank you so much. And again, 2 years birthday to Hollowponds Solo Sagas. Happy birthday. We won't do that. I'll see you later. Bye.